no sticker on either one of them. Gotta get it together, rough country. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, or as always, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Today, working on the truck again. In the last video, maybe not last video, but the lift update video, I said how I noticed a little bit of bump steer, and that how I also wanted to fix that issue because the front's pushed out a little further than the back. So I'm going to be fixing that in today's upload, and also this will be probably next upload if it works. But I'm going to try to figure out, I've got a couple ideas, but I'm going to try to figure out how to get all that old crummy brake dust and everything off these wheels. Like I said, these are secondhand wheels, and they've been dirty like this, just haven't really been able to get them clean. So I'm going to try to do that. But this video is really going to focus on what I got in these two boxes here. So this box is, as you can tell, from Rough Country. They both are. But this one is the wheel spacers for the rear wheels. I believe it's a 2-inch spacer. You can get it in red or aluminum. I just figured the aluminum, there's nothing really on my truck that's red. So I'm going to be putting those on, and that should push the back wheels out the same as the front, make the stance look a lot better. And this one is the front steering stabilizer. Now this was wrapped up all nice. I've already opened it, took it out, made sure everything was there. But it should be super simple. Pretty sure you scan this, tells you all the instructions, all that good stuff. The only thing I'm upset about, no sticker on either one of them. Gotta get it together, Rough Country, but it'll be all right. Got the instructions, got this. I think I'm gonna take the back wheels off first, get those installed. That's just gonna be real quick. I mean, everybody can install a spacer. So I'm gonna install those, and then we'll be in the front installing this. So let's get to it. Before you ask, yes, I did loosen these up first, because this little guy is just a 3/4. It does not have the stees to pull to totally loosen these up. But honestly, these little heart impacts, for what they are, this little guy's good, I will say, especially for the price. It just sucks that it's white. It gets super dirty super fast, but we'll keep going. So before I put this on, this is aluminum and this is steel. At least I'm assuming it's steel. And kind of when you get aluminum and steel together, they like to get a little weird. So I'm just going to put a little bit of anti-seize kind of all around this. That should be plenty. And we'll just slide this guy on. If I'm right, these ones from Rough Country are hub centric. I'm almost positive. If they're not, in Rough Country, if you're seeing this, you want to correct me, go for it. But there's not a lot of room between this hub and the outside of it anyway, so I'm pretty sure it's hub centric. And then you've got your lug centric, so that'll keep it pretty secured there. And yes, I'm gonna properly torque these. And I'm not gonna put the wheel on yet because of what I said I'm gonna try to do to clean them up. So pretty much done with this side. Just got a torque. Now I'm just gonna move over to the passenger side. Probably do that off camera, but I'll get it on there. Okay, so this kit is for the 4 to 6 inch lifts, and they got these drop brackets here, which if you look, you see that little hole there. It's gonna go, I believe, up in there, or it's gonna attach there and then come out. I think it goes up in there, but I'll look more at the instructions and then I'll let you know. And then it'll come attach to the steering rod here. And like I said, I'll get more into that as we do it, but I've looked at the instructions and I'll get to doing this. Okay, so like I said, that goes on the inside. So like if you're looking, that's the, I believe that's the idler arm right there, because the pitman arm is right over there. So this would be the passenger side. If you're looking at it, that cylinder goes on the inside, and you want the stationary part to go over here to the passenger side, and then the extended cylinder you want towards the driver's side. Now the instructions say you want your wheels straight, obviously, and the instructions say you want to pull that cylinder out about 3.5 inches. So I've already done that, and then we will attach our steering rod. I can't for the life of me think of what this is, so please don't destroy me in the comments of what this is, or if somebody knows, just leave it down there. But I can't think of what that's called, but I'll just say steering rod for right now. And we'll attach that mount, and then that's pretty much it for this install, guys. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, and just want to make sure you're doing it right. So I'll get to putting that on. Again, sorry if I'm not filming too much. I'm trying just to do it as I do it, just because it's really hard to keep the camera up in here. But I'll definitely keep showing you the steps and everything, so stay tuned. And don't tighten any of this down like that. Don't tighten it down yet. All that, leave it kind of loose for right now until you get everything in there, and then tighten it all down. So I'll get putting that out there, and we should be just about done with this thing. Okay, so I've got that in there, again loose, that's why it's all down like that, but cylinder's right there. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is grab this one in your kit. It's got this bolt, there's 2 of them, one for the other side, one for this side, the nut, the washers, and then it'll have this sleeve. This sleeve only goes in on the driver's side, the one with the exposed cylinder. So you'll have to put this sleeve into the steering stabilizer. Now, I probably should have done this before I put it in the truck. I got a little ahead of myself, but I'm going to put it in now. And then we'll be able to attach this to that bracket up there, and then we should be able to tighten everything down. So I'm going to get doing that. Alright guys, so don't mind that it's dirty. I had to touch it a lot, but I got it in there. That bracket is a little bit of a pain, and then the bolt up there is a bit of a pain as well. But I got it. She's in. I just tightened those down till they were pretty snug. Same thing with those, just by hand with the wrenches, because I couldn't really get an impact up in there or right there. So just snug them down by hand. Really, really good. So now all that is done. Now I'm going to do what I want to do with the wheels, but that will be a separate video. And then the next thing you'll see will either be me doing the test drive, or maybe I'd already done the test drive. Obviously I can't drive it right now because of that, so I'm gonna get that out of the way. Then the next thing you'll see is the back wheels back on, the stance hopefully 100% good, which I feel like they will be. And then I'll do a test drive on that steering stabilizer and see what I feel. I don't feel like I'll feel a whole bunch of difference just as far as regular driving goes, but I feel like I'll see a lot better like if I hit a bump or something like that. But who knows, we'll see, and I'll definitely let you guys know. So let's get to it. All right guys, so it is a new day, and I got the wheels back on, and I got them cleaned up actually pretty good, and I'll show them to you here. Now I still got a little bit to get off, like those are some sticky wheel weight stuff, and there's still a little in the creases here. But as far as, I mean, you got a little bit of that, but I think that's just where I need to put a little bit of rim shine on there. I think that's just like leftover dust and residue. But as far as everything else, like all that brake dust came off wonderfully. Like you see it in the bag there, and then over on this side, like all that was in there, was rough. Like it looked like the inside of that all the way on the inside of the wheel. And like I said, I need to get like a little brush. I couldn't get anything small enough in there, but I could definitely get that off, no problem with it on the truck. But you'll see that video soon of how I did all that, and it's pretty satisfying, but I'll move on. I got the spacers on, see them in there, and then I got that stabilizer in. It's kind of hard to see it, so probably won't really show it right now, but I'll show you how the wheels look, how they are. They got that little bit of poke, and I think that looks a whole lot better than what it did. So I'm definitely happy with those. I'm about to get in it, take it on a test drive to see about that stabilizer, and then that'll probably wrap up this video, guys. So let's hop in the truck and take her down the road. Alright, so I'm driving now. Like I said, I probably won't feel too much just regularly driving, but if I'm right, I'm about to be coming up on a manhole cover. Kind of hit that as a bump. Let's see what happens. Alright, so here it is. Oh yeah. Yeah, I normally hit that manhole cover and it'll kind of, it's never really bad. Like, it's not shooting me off the road or anything, but it does kind of jolt that way just a little bit. And then, you know, I got to kind of correct it. But I hit that thing and it did not move. So I think it's a win. And I mean, they have two different versions. They have like an expensive version. Probably if you're running like 37s or something like that, like real big tires, you'll probably want the better cylinder. But I think for 33s, 35s, like on your 4 to 6 inch lifts, I think this is perfect. Because I mean, like I said, it's a pretty decent hit on that manhole cover, and I rolled over it like it was nothing. And also, I have to give a little bit of an apology to Rough Country, because I was talking about their shocks and how I could feel everything on the road. Well, it's a little bit my bad, because the front torsion bars were 100% relaxed, and so it was just resting on those jounce stops that like are mainly meant for, I think it's rebound, and so it was basically just resting on the frame. So every little bump, like, it would jolt you hard. But I measured all four corners. It's actually like 1.5 to 2 inches lower in the front, so got them back up to where they needed to be. Now it's about, I'd say probably about like a 1/4 of an inch off those joust stops, maybe a little closer. And it's way better than what I had before. I mean, like, you could probably still upgrade it and get it smoother, but honestly, I'm not gonna mess with them until they go bad, which will probably be in a while. They're fine. I'll hit speed bumps. I mean, it's a speed bump, so I mean, you're gonna feel it, but I mean, it's not bad at all. And then, like, I hit that manhole cover, and that's a pretty good dip. Barely felt it. So I mean, that's kind of an apology on my end to Rough Country about these shocks. These shocks are actually pretty good. And like I said, yeah, sure, if you wanted them smoother, you could replace them, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna leave these here. Firstly, save some money, and secondly, because they're good. So, like I said, this feels real good. Definitely worth the money. I think what I got was, I want to say it's like $45, $46, something like that. I'll say probably like rounded up to 50 bucks for this thing. And if you have like bigger tires and all that stuff, they have another one. I think that one's like 100, but it's also like the super beefy, really good cylinder. So I definitely think for 50 bucks, that's definitely worth it. And then the wheel spacers out back, I think those were like 60, something like that for both. So like I said, definitely worth it. And I'm super happy with how it turned out. So that being said, that's gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. If you liked it, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more stuff with the truck and more stuff like this. Go follow me on all my socials. They'll be in the end cards and in the description below. Also, go to my links below. I got a couple sites where you can get some good LEDs for your cars and then clean it up all nice and good. I got some coupon codes in there, save you guys some money. And then, as always, if you have any comments, questions, concerns about anything I did, leave them down below. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But like I said, that's gonna wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you next time.